I was contacted by the CEO of a company to help with their AI strategy, but I walked away from the opportunity. She was looking to shift the AI problem to someone else, and I realized her attitude to AI was the company's biggest vulnerability. I didn't think that could be solved, so I was out. AI has changed leadership, but the things that made brilliant leaders brilliant still matter, even more now. So what hasn't changed is what makes a good leader, and good leaders are very rare. Integrity still matters, possibly more than ever before. AI opens the door to taking advantage of customers, of suppliers, of staff. The temptation is real, and I genuinely believe that the leaders who resist it are the ones who will truly thrive. Good leaders still need vision, and that's actually more crucial now because leaders need to be able to envision things that don't exist yet. AI has opened up possibilities most of us could never have imagined before, but someone still has to be able to paint a picture of the destination for the rest of us to follow. Empathy and communication are as critical as ever. People want to be led by humans. People are nervous. They're anxious about the future. They want leaders who understand that and can take them on the journey with honest conversations about what's changing and what isn't. Self-awareness matters more than ever. There are so many traps leaders can fall into with AI. Learning a little, then getting overconfident. Believing the bullshit that your AI chatbot tells you. AI will happily agree with you. Are you going to fall for it? Adaptability still matters for leaders and for all of us. Things are changing really, really fast, and we all need to be able to keep up. The ability to make quick decisions and tough ones still matters. The fast movers are going to be the winners here, and if you want your company to move fast, your leaders have to be able to act fast. The leaders who are strong today were already strong before AI. AI hasn't fixed weak leadership. If anything, it's exposed it. And that CEO who contacted me, frankly, she wasn't a good leader, at least not in my opinion. But if you are a good leader, you need to know some things have changed. 6 big things. First, endless possibility. The opportunities are now exponential. AI can unlock growth, efficiency, and advantage at a scale we've never seen before. Small ideas can very quickly magnify and have a massive impact. Second, huge risk. The risks are now exponential as well. Small mistakes don't stay small. They compound very easily and then they land hard, sometimes much later, sometimes when it's too late to fix them, and often in a very public, embarrassing, and expensive way. Third, leaders must lead. The only people who can really lead on AI are the leaders. In previous revolutions, leaders could bring in experts or set up committees to drive change or understand what was happening. You can still do that, but leadership has to take the lead on this. This isn't like the early days of the internet where you could hand it over to the tech team, and a lot of leaders don't seem to understand that. I see leaders either delegating AI to someone who doesn't have the authority or the vision to really work out how it should impact the organization, or they hire a chief AI officer, which I don't think is always necessary. Sometimes it's good and helpful, but it can be really dangerous if it makes the leaders feel like they no longer need to engage with AI, like that box is now ticked. By the way, if you want to lead on this properly, I've created an AI leadership decision checklist. It's the framework I use with every leader I work with, link in the description. It'll help you interrogate any AI proposal that lands on your desk, so you're not just nodding things through. Fourth, experience is leverage. Subject matter expertise has become a real differentiator. AI is generic, sloppy, it plays it safe, it gravitates to the mean. Ask it for a marketing strategy and you'll get something that could work for anyone. Ask a 20-year industry veteran and you'll get something that could only work for you. The people who can spot the real opportunities are the ones with deep expertise in customers, product, and industry. If leaders don't recognize that and don't engage properly with subject matter experts, they are putting everything at risk. Fifth, change is fast. Change management is being imposed on the organization at speed and across every part of the business. Leaders are now change managers on top of everything else. They're overseeing change across every function simultaneously. That requires a very specific skill set and a real recognition of how important change management strategy now is. Leaders don't get the luxury of slow, incremental changes anymore. 6, the everywhere effect. All of this is happening at once. It's coming at leaders from every angle. Opportunity, risk, change, decisions, all at the same time. And that's why the ability to adapt and manage is so important now. The best leaders I work with all have the same mindset. They recognize that this is on them. They don't treat AI as something to delegate away or park with an expert. They see it as a leadership responsibility and an opportunity. They spend time every day reading and listening when it comes to AI. Not obsessively, but deliberately. They take courses, they invest in their own learning, they build a way of thinking about AI, not just surface level familiarity with tools. They stay up to date, they attend briefing sessions, they follow trusted voices, they read. They are crystal clear on ethics and integrity in their own lives and in their businesses. They're explicit about what's acceptable and what isn't, and they don't hide behind vague policies. They question everything. If someone proposes an AI project, they don't just nod it through because it sounds impressive. They interrogate it. They ask what problem it solves, what risk it introduces, and what happens if it goes wrong. They use a framework to do that because good judgment beats gut feel. And because they have that grounding, they can then start imagining what's possible. They run pilots, they experiment deliberately, they build capability step by step instead of just going all in but blindly. They listen closely to their teams. They know the best ideas won't all come from the top. They ask what's really happening, where AI is already being used, and where the friction is. And they're honest with themselves and their teams. They raise the bar. If people need to get educated, they say so. If engagement is lacking, they address it. And when things go well, they celebrate publicly. That's what good leadership looks like now. Whether you meet that standard is a leadership choice. And if you need help with any of this, then get in touch.